Hello and welcome to the Whoniverse and to this quick video. Now fairly recently, a box set was added to BBC iPlayer, the BBC's answer to catch up on streaming. The series in question is called the Sarah Jane Adventures and is a very popular spin-off to Doctor Who. Here are some of the facts you may want to know before watching and some of the details you may want if you need convincing. There are some minor spoilers here and there in the video, but I'll try and keep them to a minimum. Now, the Sarah Jane Adventures started on New Year's Day of 2007 and sadly ended on the 18th of October 2011. The show had 5 series, or seasons, and followed the adventures of the Doctor's past-travelling companion, Sarah Jane Smith. Sarah Jane previously travelled with the 3rd and 4th incarnations of the Doctor and is known to many as one of the best companions the series has had in its 54-year history. Sarah Jane encountered the 10th Doctor in a 2006 episode of Doctor Who known as School Reunion. In this episode, the Doctor reunited with Sarah Jane and showed her there was plenty of adventures to have on Earth, as aliens were trying to invade and conquer Earth all the time. Like Torchwood and Unit, Sarah Jane decided to handle the threat of aliens invading Earth in her own way. She used the ideals that the Doctor had taught her as not to using guns in always trying to negotiate or reason with the threat before engaging it in the attempt to defeat the menace. To stop the threat of aliens, Sarah Jane used the Xylox supercomputer that went by the name of Mr. Smith and one of the most famous robot dogs, K9. She defended the Earth from her attic on 13 Bannerman Road in Ealing. Now, to help in defending the Earth, Sarah Jane was assisted by a group of teenagers who lived across the road and discovered her lifestyle. The first to discover Sarah Jane's involvement with aliens was Maria Jackson, who lived across the road from Sarah Jane. Then, within the first episode, Sarah Jane thwarted the plans of an alien known as the Bane and found their experiment, a teenage boy created out of synthesized DNA. Sarah Jane adopted the boy and named him Luke. Then Sarah Jane was joined by Clyde Langer, a friend that Luke and Maria had made at school, and discovered their alien adventures with the Slovene as they took over the school. This was the first Attic team who went toe-to-toe with the Bane, Slovene, the Gorgon, Kudlak, the Trickster, the Grask, and a Sontaran, to name a few threats. The second Attic team introduced Rani Chandra, who moved into Bannerman Road as Maria moved out, and discovered Sarah Jane's adventures. This team of Sarah Jane, Clyde, Luke and Rani went up against evil entities, Slovene, Blavarine, Ancient Lights, the Bane, the Sontaran, as well as the Trickster, the Grask, the Shan Sheaf, Androvax and Jadoon, as well as much more. The third and final Attic team was made up of Sarah Jane, Clyde and Rani, with Luke helping out when he could as he left to go to university. An alien child named Sky joined the team as her race, the Flesh kind, wanted to use her as a weapon against the Metal kind. She was defused and became Sarah Jane's adopted daughter and sister to Luke. This Attic team went up against Metal Kind, the Cursed Totem, and a human called Harrison who was using aliens as slaves. The show was mainly aimed at an audience of children and teenagers, but makes for an enjoyable watch, with numerous references to Doctor Who, some great jokes, and plots that are just the right balance between simple and complex. The show also explores the backstory of Sarah Jane and her parents. Now, the show's main villain was known as the Trickster, a creepy and formidable opponent who used people by making deals with them seconds before their deaths, agreeing that he could save them from their fate if they do his bidding, creating chaos, even if they don't know they are causing it. The Trickster is part of a pantheon, which includes the Time Beetle from the Doctor Who episode Turn Left. The Trickster tried to use chaos to bring himself fully into our universe where he can cause destruction beyond imagination. There are many more instances where characters and creatures from the main show of Doctor Who cross over into the spin-off of the Sarah Jane Adventures, including even the Doctor himself on 2 occasions. The Sarah Jane Adventures was simply brilliant. It was friendly and cheerful. It explored the fact that more aliens come to Earth than the Doctor could deal with, and showed how excellent Sarah Jane was as a companion and as a leader of a group of teenagers who defended the world. The show not only referenced the adventures and events of the main show, but also built on them, adding insight into what the Doctor's previous travelling companions are up to, with Jo Grant even appearing on the show. The show added so much to the main show, and takes inspiration from every era of Doctor Who. If you haven't seen the show, I would strongly recommend it. I don't want to spoil too much of the great series, so I won't go any more in depth than what I already have. The one thing I will say is this series was sadly cut short with the terribly sad death of Elizabeth Sladen, the actress who played Sarah Jane Smith. There were more series planned with stories with the potential return of Ace and even the 4th Doctor. It is just so sad that she passed away, and the fact that so many more people are watching and being introduced into the Sarah Jane Adventures simply extends her legacy. So, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you want to see what Sarah Jane Adventures stories are out there, please check out my Every Sarah Jane Adventure Story video. If you want to watch the Sarah Jane Adventures, it is still available on BBC iPlayer. And with that, it's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to see more content all about Doctor Who and its many spin-offs. I'd love to know what your favourite Sarah Jane Adventure story is. Feel free to leave your answers in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.